Hello everyone, this is Salheart from JC Debate. I'm going to be casting something a little bit different than debate today. I'm actually going to be casting a game of StarCraft. Those who have been tuning into my channel probably know that I casted a game of StarCraft a while back, but didn't exactly upload both parts. That's because I didn't really understand how the software worked, and I didn't understand how replays worked. And the quality wasn't great, and nothing about it was just superb in any way. So I'm going to try this again for your pleasure to cast another game. Today we have a game between myself, the orange Terran, in the top right of Shakuras Plateau, against FreeLook, the blue Protoss, in the top left. FreeLook is actually someone who I met through a guy named Behemoth. Behemoth was someone I went up against in the StarCraft 2 GeForce Pro-Am tournament, which if you guys haven't heard about that, definitely check it out. You can no longer sign up for it, but it's great to watch, it's great fun to help your clanmates or anyone who's in the tournament. I'm enjoying myself wholeheartedly. I lost the first series of games against a Masters League player named Behemoth, but he promised that he would help me with my coaching because he thought I did really well, and he thought that I definitely had potential, which that was exciting to hear. I always like to hear things like that. But regardless, the second match came up, and I actually won. It was against a platinum player, which was pretty cool. He outranked me by a lot. I'm in gold league, and he was really high platinum. So it was just nice to see that I'm competing well with other players from different leagues. So, but FreeLook is actually a diamond level Protoss, high diamond. So I definitely have myself, a lot to deal with in this type of matchup. But let's get into the game. First of all, Shakuras Plateau, by the way, it looks like FreeLook's going for some sort of Nexus first build. Already has 4 minerals. Should be throwing down this Nexus. Yeah, so he's going for some heavy macro play, which means Salheart needs to do one of two things. He needs to throw down a command center immediately and just pump from this one racks, or he needs to go some type of 2-3 racks aggression build in which he can punish the early expansion. Either one is viable. I know typically from what I would do in this situation, this is me playing, I would do a 2 racks aggression. Because you still get that macro out pretty early, so even if it doesn't work out, you're in pretty decent shape, but nothing like too severe or anything like that. You won't be losing the game immediately, but you definitely want to do some damage with this type of build. But Shakuras Plateau, you have a natural with a choke that's really easy to defend, and then you can either go for your third here, with the watchtower and this nice little chokes here, which I personally like. There is the rocks to worry about, but doesn't really happen too much that those will break. And then you can go for the third here, which is a little bit of a running distance, but not too bad. Most players opt to go for this third. Now it does look like FreeLook is just going after Nexus. Nexus is going for a gateway and then gas, so something very standard. Looks like Salheart threw down a reactor first and then another barracks, so we're definitely going for some type of 2 racks aggression here. So expect to see some Marauders and Marines out for blood in a couple seconds. I wonder if he's going to go out right now. Yeah, it looks like Salheart's going to push out with just a couple Marines at this point. And really working that. Let's check out the APM tab. It looks like Salheart's currently ahead, but that doesn't necessarily... APM doesn't really decide the game. It's about decision making, where your units are at the right time. It's not necessarily about who has the best APM. It does look like Salheart's throwing down some sort of expansion up here, which again, this 2 racks allows for that sort of aggressive play. So definitely going to see something out of Salheart there. He has map control, so as this has to be poking around. I'm kind of curious to see where Next Life is, or not Next Life. I just watched a game from Next Life. My bad. Salheart throwing down a bunker. I'm curious to see what FreeLook is going to do. Is he going to go for another expansion, or is he going to do something else? He's sending some probes to deal with this, so should be able to deal with that pretty well. Oh, it does get the SAV out. That is crucial. Doesn't want to get those Marines surrounded, though. It needs to micro these Marines perfectly if he's going to be able to survive. Probes are still very good against Marines. Going to continue building that bunker, I assume, is Zella coming down. And we're going to have FreeLook throwing down another expansion. So he's just going heavy macro. Actually, this is probably too many expansions. If he's not prepared with enough units, he's definitely going to get punished from Salheart, because 2 racks aggression is no thing to cry about. He does have 1 zealot out, but not really anything. He is just getting warp gate and continue to pump zealots, which are not good against Marauders with slow, and that is what we are seeing from him at this current point. Now Salheart does have his expansion up, pretty good timing, but I'm just really curious. FreeLook is definitely going for the heavy macro cheese in this game, and I do not think it's going to work out. because I don't know how he's going to defend against these units, but we will see. I mean, because this is a huge Marauder Marine ball right now, and Sour pushes out. Literally nothing except sentries can really help that. So looks like it's going to be timing it just to line up with concussive shells, which is, a good idea. And he's, getting a second orbital, throwing down a factory, probably going to throw down a starport after that, because the starports, are obviously MMM. You're going to need that. And usually what I do in this build is I toss down the orbital and I start mining, using both to pump SCVs, and then I, pump some Marauders and Marines, and then I throw down a couple racks after that and expand. Now it looks like FreeLook is saying LOL. Maybe he didn't expect this many units in this early of the game, but really he should kind of expect, after he saw that racks flying, that something was up. He's pulling out probes to deal with it, but this is not going to be enough against Marauders. Marauders are just great units against any of the early Protoss gateway units. So Sour does probably see these probes going to this Nexus. I'm not sure if he's going to push forward or what. We do have gate. Warp date is so close to be finishing. If Sour can get up that ramp, thought you said macro game. I did say macro game, but this is a macro build, so I'm not exactly sure what FreeLook's talking about here. Sour opting to kill the second Nexus instead of pushing in. That could be a mistake, because these sentries are going to be able to force field the ramp. So, and of course FreeLook has this base down here, so he's not going to be in too big of an economic crisis. Looks like if you can get this pylon, we'll severely supply block FreeLook. Needs to throw down pylons up here or down here, something quickly. We have the dropship already out, and the orbital is just now moving into position. If you look at the units tab, looks like 28 SVs to 29 probes just because he killed a few, but look at the army size difference there. It's just incredible. 18 workers killed for Salheart. I mean, this game is just definitely turning into the favor of Salheart by far. I'm trying to look at the command. Army supply, that's what it is. Yeah, 34 to 6. I mean, you can just see that obviously FreeLook has built too many probes, too many expansions. He is going to try to do something here, but Salheart dropping in the main, so he is going to be able to punish this force field. Not going to be able to. I wonder if they're going to be able to tickle these Marines and Marauders enough to kill them. I don't know. It doesn't really seem that way because I'm picking up. Perfect. And now he's all the way up. GG there. Yep, there's the GG from FreeLook. Wow. So basically what happened there is FreeLook expanded once and then twice in 6 minutes, whereas Salheart only, he threw down a couple of barracks, threw a command center, CC in his main, and then he pumped units, and he wasn't too greedy with the expansion. Still playing a macro game, getting your expansion around, 6 minutes, very standard, but it was just the cheese, the economic cheese was just too great in this game for FreeLook to overcome. So that's going to be my first cast for the StarCraft games. I plan to cast more games in the future, but just let me know what you think, how the quality is looking, everything like that. Alright guys, thanks. See you guys next time.